So guys, it's finally 2021, which means that it's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. And that means that hopefully this year we will finally get the Sinnoh Remakes. And I cannot stress enough how hyped I am with all of these leaks that have been coming out, but with all of that hype also comes a whole lot of anxiety. Because let's be honest, as of late, Game Freak has been making very lackluster games. As I've alluded to in past videos, Platinum is hands down my favorite Pokemon game. So with all of these leaks, I thought that I would make a video talking about my hopes and fears of what Game Freak might do. And I will also be referring to certain leaks of what the mechanics and story elements might be in the game, and I will show them really quickly here, so make sure to pause and read them in their entirety if you want. To kick it off, I'm going to talk about the graphics, purely because this topic is the one that I have the least to say about. Game Freak, if you're listening, please don't make the same mistake that you did with Sword and Shield's graphics. I'm not asking for Breath of the Wild level, just somewhere between the two I'll be completely fine with. Next up is the map elements. So in the leaks, they say that the wild area will not be returning for the game, which is sort of upsetting. I'm also beyond happy about that because the absolute last thing that I want is for the remake to divert from the originals in a massive way. On the flip side, I also think that that is a huge missed opportunity because I think that Mount Coronet and the route to Snowpoint City would have made a fun wild area sort of reminiscent of the snowy parts of the Crown Tundra. But they did say that they were going to expand the routes and cities, so maybe it'll end up feeling like that. And I'm praying to Arceus that the larger expanded cities will operate similar to how Winden and Hammerlock does in Sword and Shield. And speaking of, Dynamaxing will be returning as well as the beloved Mega Evolutions. And I personally called it because for the amount of effort that they put into Megas, I highly doubted that they would just scrap all of them, like they did with the Z moves. I am surprised that they are returning as soon as they are though, if this leak is true. But that being said, Empoleon, Infernape, and Torterra may be receiving a Mega Evolution, as well as Electivire and Roserade. And personally, I haven't had a chance to play X and Y, so I have no opinion on the return of Megas. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, let me know your thoughts on the return of Dynamaxing. And with the return of Dynamaxing, Luxray, Floatzel, Garchomp, and the starters may be getting Gigantamax forms as well. Now, I have no idea if the starters are getting both. If they do end up receiving both, that would be absolutely ridiculous. But then again, Dynamaxing will be unlocked in the post-game, so it may end up being a possibility. I wouldn't be very upset about it, since I've seen a lot of Gmax fan art for Empoleon that I have fallen in love with. But if I had the opportunity to choose from the two, I would probably take the Megas over the Gmax forms for the starters. Now lastly, the topic that I'm going to be talking about is the story. Personally, I care about more than anything else in this video. Because again, I love Platinum so much, and I'm terrified that they will change the story into something completely different. But this leak has given me some hope, since it says that the story will be a mix between the Diamond Pearl story and Platinum story. This is the part of the leaks that I wish is true more than anything. Because to me, I will be crushed if they change the story into something that is complete shit, especially since to me, Platinum is as close to perfection as we have possibly gotten so far. And sure, there are some things that they can improve, which for one, hopefully they can offer a few more fire Pokemon, so there aren't just 3 lines for a majority of the playthrough. I also hope that they never bring back HMs, because the amount of HMs that you need to get through these games are my biggest complaint. And now then, supposedly Dawn or Lucas, depending on which gender you choose, will be as involved with the story as Barry is, as opposed to just showing up whenever Professor Rowan is around, which I'm all for. Because I found the fact that whenever you see your counterpart, they were attached at his hip, was pretty boring. But at the same time, I'm very worried that Lucas or Dawn will serve as the hand-holdy kind of character of the beloved Hop and How variety. And personally, I will get over it, but I'll be extremely disappointed because the difficulty of Platinum and how hands-off the older games are is what makes those games for me. So if they dumb it down and make it easier and handhold you the entire way through, I will find myself more disappointed with this than I was with the Sword and Shield. But I'm holding out for the reveal, and I will end up making a video on my first impressions of it. So if that interests you guys, make sure to subscribe and stick around for that. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. And also, I'd like to wish you guys a happy New Year's, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.